Think I'm here, you guys. I am back. Thank you all for tuning in. Welcome back to another episode of Crypto News with Julie Kennis. I'm your host, Julie Kennis. I missed you all last week. I sure did. I did have a Friday live stream with the lovely Joxie Coxie. If you guys missed it, you should tune in. But yes, today, we are going to be talking about crypto news. Had a bit of an accent there. That was odd. But Bitcoin is having a bit of a day. It's having a bit of a day. We tried to touch 70,000, but you know how it is. Bitcoin loves 69, so we're back at 69, you guys. We're here. We love it here. Hello, Brian. Welcome. Where is Mike Vollmer, though? Where is Mike Vollmer? I see that you were here first. Talking to yourself, even. A true legend. A true legend. Blocky, how are you? Welcome in on both formats. Amazing. Hello, Peace of My Mind. I hope you are doing well. John Legend, the legend. Mike, yeah, he's such a slacker. But Jacob has returned. Hello. Hello, long lost friend. I hope you're doing well. Black Hat Team, how are you? Po-Man, I just saw your comment. I am so excited that you enjoyed my new little content piece I put out there. Hello, Jesse. I see you too. And David, hello, David. I think I got everyone. We're all here. The gang is all here. Round of applause, you guys. It is April. It is my birthday month. Smells like a florist in here. It smells amazing. The stargazers, they are a poppin'. They are a poppin'. You guys, if you did not catch my video I uploaded, I was so excited about this piece of content. I worked on editing until midnight last night and then uploaded it. And then I got so excited with how that video came out. All right, and first off, if you missed it, it's a video from Ventura, and I went to I was like at a haunted hotel there. And anyway, the video's fun. I kind of like pieced together some historical stuff about Ventura, but there's actually going to be a part 2 coming out of it because there's some stuff that I didn't cover in the first part. So, and it gets a little crazy, you guys. Now, there is another museum in Ventura, so I didn't get a chance to go to the other museum, and I want to go to that next because I feel like the story that I built up in the first episode, there's even more history that goes on before that I need to get into, and so I'm super excited about it. So when I go back, I will be doing a follow-up of that because Ventura it's like a haunted city, I would say. There's like multiple areas that the city is haunted. And so when I was trying to find up stuff on this particular hotel, it was hard because there's so many other hauntings in the city. So I'm excited to do a part 2 to talk about why I think that the haunting is going on, what is actually going on there. So do I have any coin recommendations for long-term investments? Yes, buy Bitcoin. Solana is a great one too. I have a Solana bag. I have some others. But right now I would say I'm probably most bullish on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Probably Ethereum, yeah. But I like coins that are also deployed on different chains. So it gets a little murky. I like to play. I like to degen. I like to buy coins and I like to flip for profit. I like to make some money. But yes, Bitcoin is daddy. You called it. Julie wants to scare us. I was trying to scare you guys. What do I think about Trump and Netanyahu? They've got us in a predicament where I am paying $7 for a gallon of gas here in California. So, not too happy about that right now. But I did hear from some random influencer that trips to the Maldives are 80% off. So if you guys have been wanting to go to the Maldives and you're sitting on some fiat, let's do that. Go to the Maldives. 80% off in one of their over the water huts. I've always wanted to do that. I don't know if I would get bored though, because, you know, I have a busy mind. And so what I liked about Ventura is it was like tickling my brain. I'm like, hold on, this building over here has this date, and this building over here has this date. And these were like the Spanish, and these are the Native Americans, and these are, you know, the Americans. And like, was tickling the brains. So I couldn't sleep last night till I got all that out. So, but yes, there will be a part 2 coming. So guys, go watch the video because it's only 6 minutes long. All right. So first of all, if you have ADD, it's only 6 minutes. And it's fun. I made it a little fun, you know. But I also have some stuff coming up. So I've got Node, in 2 weeks. Node is, in Northern California. I'm going to pick up Joxie, and we're getting in the car and we're going to drive to Node, and we're going to have a little powwow. It's going to be so exciting. 90% of the world population deeply hates our government and also is irritated by the US citizens. I'm sorry. I try not to be an irritating US citizen. I've traveled around the world. I lived in Australia for 5 years. I've tried to be a good steward of the land and represent Americans in a good light. But, you know, there are not nudes. I said node. Yes. So there's bad people everywhere. We try to be the good people. So while I was in Ventura, because we had Easter Sunday, one of the holiest days of the year, the most exciting day. I will tell you, I did a mission project growing up in school. It was mandatory in 5th grade to do a mission project. And I did it because I had to. I wasn't like invested into it emotionally, right? I wasn't emotionally invested into it. But the missions were originally started, they were like Christianity, Catholic missionaries that went from San Diego up the coast of California. There's 21 missions in total. Of the 21 missions, the first 9 were done by the saint who was over the mission in Ventura. So the San, oh my gosh, I'm going to say it wrong, you guys. I'm going to say it wrong. Anyway, I went into this church. You guys, this church was built in 1782. I don't know if it's built in 1782. The mission was founded in 1782. The water, I took a picture of the water, like the reservoir to supply water to the mission, and that was completed in 1829. So it took them about 40 years to be able to, the mission was founded to water supply to the mission. But there was 21, and each of the missions are a day's walk apart. Now, the missions were initially to spread Christianity to North America and to the Native Americans. And so to go to such an old religious site with so much significance, I felt like it was probably one of the most significantly religious experiences I've had of my life so far, just because like there's been pivotal moments in my religious experience and my religious journey in my life. But this one was, I cannot say enough good things. If you get a chance to ever go to somewhere like that, it has so much history behind it. Just go do it. And I've always wanted to go to like Italy and stuff like that and go check out some of the old churches. And so now it's gonna bump up on my list of things to do because it was a beautiful experience. So but also that mission, they say that the mission is haunted. It is actually one of the most haunted places in Ventura. So how bizarre is it to say that a religious site is haunted? Are religious sites usually haunted? Are they good spirits? Are they bad spirits? I don't know. You're going to have to check out my part 2 for when I bring you what else is cooking. Because it gets good, you guys. It gets good. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. Because we are talking about crypto today. And we're talking about Bitcoin. And how much Bitcoin loves 69,000. So let's go ahead and just get right into the charts. All right. All right. So look at this. We've had money flow into the green on our market cipher line here for a good portion of the day. It has been a challenging ride above 70K though. Every time we touch it, we feel this sell pressure. Now, although we've had sell pressure, we have remained into the green. Things are looking good on Bitcoin. We're still sitting at 69,000 because Bitcoin loves 69. Hold on. I got to get my comments up here. I wasn't totally ready, you guys. I didn't run a normal show for like a week. My whole life has just been all flipped upside down in that time. So thank y'all for coming back. I hope you missed me. I promise I won't be gone that long ever again. I got absolutely wrecked on my watch hours. So there is that. So Bitcoin, we're hanging on to 69,000. We would like to see us hang on to this range. If we break down below here, I would expect us to go back around to maybe the 67, 66 range. If it were to continue to go lower than that, and it possibly could. Again, all of this 100% is riding on the international geopolitical, what's going on with the war. So much of this. Oh, Nick Mandu popped in here. Hello. Hello, my friend. How are you? Right now Bitcoin's hanging on. We need to see a leg above 70,000 though, for us to actually see some positive momentum. Otherwise, we're just continuing in this sideways chop, which is why I continue to feel that we're near bottom. We're near bottom because that's what happens in a bear market. We go down and down and down, and then you sit there. And it sits there sideways chopping, and you're just sitting sidelined waiting for something to happen. So I will continue to say that I feel the 69 range is a perfect entry for Bitcoin. It's a piece of my mind. I think I was just telling you that. All right, but let's go ahead. Let's pop it up over here and take a look at oil, because oil, it's one of those where we're on a wild ride here, and a lot of what's going on has to do with oil. It has to do with oil. All right, oil's trading at $112 per barrel, so we're staying well above 100 now. We were all the way up to, it looks like we tried to test 115. We had a bit of a sell off there, but we are back into the positive flow green on the market cipher line for oil. So, with oil, you know what I find really interesting, you guys, and talking about geopolitical stuff, and I don't want to be too much about the war and what's going on, but, I find it interesting that you guys know how I talk about oil and I talk about energy production because I live in an oil producing county in a democratic state that does not like oil, that does not like fracking, has a moratorium on fracking, does not want oil production in the state. We are against it because it's not good for the environment, whatever. We need oil production. But I always assumed that, and I've told you here, we are going forward with permitting 2,000 new oil wells per year. So 365 days in a year, and we're whacking in 2,000 wells in a year? Just in my county. I thought this plan was always in place because Newsom was going to be running for president. And that if Newsom needed to be the presidency, he needed to be a little more neutral. And by being a little more neutral, he could say, okay, well, I'm going to soften up on oil and allow oil production. I don't think that's the case. I think the plan with Iran has been in place for a while. The attack on the energy infrastructure there, I think that has been in place for a while. And the plan to put 2,000 wells a year online domestic is part of that plan. So I really feel like we're seeing stuff now that these plans were put in place 2 years, 3 years down ago. They were put in place so long ago. And then if you think about it, if that were really the case, Trump wasn't in office then. It wasn't Trump. So then it's the powers that be. It's the elite. It's the global elite. It's the, whoever is controlling the people who are getting into office. So now that's just a whole other freaking rabbit hole we're not going to get into today. But oil is trading at $112 per barrel. And there was a little bit of threat with BRICS and whether U.S. Would continue to have oil traded in U.S. dollars. And it looks like there are things that are happening to try and solidify that the U.S. will continue to trade oil in U.S. dollars, that the world will continue to trade oil in U.S. dollars. Doesn't mean that that's not like, other countries that are making other agreements, but things are just happening right now. And I always knew, like, watching everything with BRICS unfold, I didn't think the US was really going to just sit back and let all of these countries collude around them and them not have a plan in place. So initially, I thought the 2000 wells were Newsom, and that was like going to be his, oh, but I'm soft on oil production, Yeah, he's soft. But I think the oil production wasn't his doing at all. I think it's part of a grand scheme. And so I would be interested to hear more about what's going on, like, energy wise in other counties, because right now I'm like in this bubble and I only hear what's going on here. But like, I know there's a ton of oil production that used to take place in LA County, Santa Barbara County. They talked about doing oil barges off of San Diego, which is just stupid to me, because if you already have oil barges in Santa Barbara, why wouldn't you just continue to pump that oil there? The oil is literally seeping out of the beach. So if you continue pumping, the oil doesn't seep out of the beach. Anyway, save California coastal lines. I think oil, if you've been to Santa Barbara, you walk on the beach, you know what I mean. All right, so we're moving on from oil and the tar balls on my feet. All right, taking a look at gold. Gold is trading at $4,656, and silver is trading at $73. I'm interested to see where we start to see a new bottom on our precious metals, because we've had these parabolic runs. Okay, gold topped out around 51 to go to 54. 51, 54, something like that. Silver up to 100. All right. Where is our new bottom? Because that's what we're going to be looking for now. We're going to be finding new bottoms on all of this stuff. Unless we just descend into complete chaos and we just, World War III continues and, the earth cracks open and everything goes to zero. I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and move on back to crypto. And speaking of bottoms, because the bottom on Ethereum looks lovely. Yeah, Nick Mandu says, I need more gold. It's funny. I have found that I have been wanting more gold jewelry lately, like just gold necklaces or gold rings. And, it's like one of those things where you don't really think about it when, like, the price of gold is affordable, that, like, just a basic gold ring, now it's worth a lot of money. And in a time where, like, women for the last, like, 15 years, they've moved away from diamonds. They've gone to lab-grown diamonds. Lab-grown diamonds is its own industry that's completely imploded. And, like, they're basically worthless on the black market. Do I actually think ETH is bottomed? I do think we could potentially go lower. I do think we could go lower. Do I think we're going to see 900 ETH again? I don't think we're going to see 900 ETH again. I don't. If we see 900 ETH again, that would be absolutely wild. But that was like last bear market's bottom. And so I just don't see the bottom this time bottoming. John Legend says ETH to zero. What's wrong? What? You know what? I'm going to get mad because ETH brought us good times. The ETH bull run was insanely wonderful. It was happy. Everyone was printing. It was good times. Now we have the Solana bull run. And it was just extractive and nasty. People were locking each other in cages and pooing on each other and pulling teeth out and shaving eyebrows. It was not a good time. It was not a good time. It was very nasty. So, ETH, love me some ETH. Love me some ETH. ETH never did me dirty. Solana can feel a little icky though. All right, speaking of Solana, let's take a look at it. $82 currently trading. Chainlink's trading at $8.99. Finally dipped down below. Piece of my mind is like, what is Julie talking about? Joxie's not here. She's flying unhinged. Solo dojo. All right. Let's go ahead. Dogecoin's forever at 9 cents, guys. Sui, it's at 89 cents. So I'm actually surprised to see that below 90 again. All the way down to 84. Hold on. I didn't look at this. 84 cents. That's crazy. All right. Do I think Sui is bottom? I do not. I think that's going to go down further. I do think it's going to go down further. Joxie is kinky. I will let her know you said that. She's my girl. You guys, she's like my best friend in crypto now. Like, she's like, I call her in the morning. Like, I'm just going to call her anytime, whenever I want. It could be 10 o'clock at night. It could be 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, she's like, she's my girl. She's my girl. I'm so thankful and so happy to have her, you guys. She's such a blast. So yeah, so we're going to be going to Node. I do think that will be fun. In Vegas, I'm trying to decide if I go so far as to do like a costume, you know how she likes her crazy blow up costumes. I kind of think it would be fun for us to go, like dress up like whatever and go down the Vegas Strip. She's got too many costumes. And look, I love Joxie. I love her, but I'm not going to get in one of her used suits. Because you just know she's like sweating and drooling and throwing it back. And so I need my own suit. I can't be in her blow up crazy suit. So I need to, yeah, the fire drill costumes. So speaking of the fire drill costumes, I am starting to work on the Great Wolf Lodge film, and I'm going to upload that because after I did this last one in Ventura, I'm like, I really need to get the Great Wolf Lodge stuff uploaded because it is absolutely hilarious. It is hilarious. There's a couple of comments on there that like, I haven't seen the footage in so long. So watching it again, it's like seeing it all for the first time. It's really, really funny. So I'm like, you know what? I told her this morning, I have to finish editing this and we've got to get it uploaded because this is really funny footage and we never did anything with it. So anyway, I'm excited, you guys. We've got some fun stuff coming up here very, very soon. So I look forward to you guys all tuning in. So if you guys are new here, smash a subscribe because we will be going to Node in 2 weeks and then Vegas the week after that for like 3 or 4 days. So we have some shenanigans we will be getting into. It will be a very, very good time. So we will get into some breaking news now. Or not. Did I push the button? I don't think I pushed the button. Oh my gosh, is my face really frozen? I'm cracking up because I could see that I was frozen and it was just, anyway. What was scary, Brian? Was my frozen face scary or did I make a scary sound? It froze on me when I was trying to pull this up. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and look at this. New Jersey cannot regulate Kalshi's prediction markets as U.S. appeals courts goes forward. Wow, okay. All right, a federal appeals court ruled on Monday that a New Jersey gaming regulator could not prevent Kalshi from allowing people in the state to use prediction markets, a place to place financial bets on the outcome of sporting events. A 3-judge panel. Hold on. Am I muted, you guys? I just realized sometimes I'm muted. No, I'm not. Okay. My ADD is kicking in. Hello, Rob. Welcome in, my friend. Welcome in. Since my ADD is going, we're just running with it. A 3-judge panel of the Philadelphia-based 3 U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals ruled 2-1 in a finding that the U.S. Commodities Futures Trading Commission had exclusive jurisdiction over the sports-related event contracts that Kalshi allows people to trade on its platform. So this is going to set a standard, I feel like. As soon as one makes the ruling, the others usually follow suit. So this ruling is marked. Oh, hold on. This ruling is marked as the first time a federal appeals court has ruled in what is to become the central issue of an escalating battle over the ability of state gaming regulators to police the activity of prediction market operators. This is a big win for the industry and millions of users, Kalshi CEO said on a social media post on X. Kalshi and companies like it allow users to place trades and profit from prediction such events such as sports and elections. States argue that firms such as Kalshi are operating without required state licensing in the violation of the gaming laws, including bans on wagers for those under 21. All right. So those states include New Jersey, which last year sent Kalshi a cease and desist letter stating that its list of sports-related events contracts on its platform violated state gambling laws that prohibited betting on collegiate sports. So Kalshi sued the state, arguing that its events contracts qualify as swaps, which is a type of derivative contract that under the Commodities Exchange Act can be regulated by the CFTC, which had granted the company a license to operate a designated contracts market or a DCM. So this is huge. A lower court judge had sided with the New York-based Kalshi, issued a preliminary injunction prompting the New Jersey to appeal, but a majority of the judges of the Third Circuit panel concluded the Commodities Exchange Act is a preemptive state law. Kalshi's sports-related events contracts are swaps traded on a CFTC-licensed DCM, so the CFTC has exclusive jurisdiction. Why this is so important, you guys, hello Derp, welcome in, is this shows you firsthand. Now, people love to hate on attorneys. But real attorneys, they do this, okay? They help you work within the constraints of the law without getting in trouble. And this happens actually quite a bit. Like, by all rights, they would have been told, you need to go through and get all of the licensing and all of the proper things in place. What their attorney did, what their whoever they have defending them are the ones that went and were able to find that this exclusivity on the DCMs would take precedence over what they were trying to impose. And this is just what a good attorney will do, because things have to be beyond a reasonable doubt, right? So like in any case, beyond a reasonable doubt. And so you could say beyond a reasonable doubt that the CFTC has exclusive jurisdiction over this. And so the gaming people can come after them, and there's nothing that they can really do. So The U.S. Circuit Judge Jane Richards Roth dissented, saying Kalshi is facilitating gambling and that it is offering virtually indistinguishable from the betting products available on online sports books such as DraftKings and FanDuel. A New Jersey Attorney General Jennifer Davenport, in a statement, said her office is evaluating its options and the ruling will allow. So certain companies offer sports gambling to our states without following the careful gambling rules that everyone else follows. So it will be interesting to see, because once a case gets determined and there is a ruling in favor, then that case can also be cited as a reference in the future. So now Kalshi can say, well, we were challenged. Like if they get challenged in other states, they can use this same playbook now and say, okay, in this state, here's what we were ruled. And they said, New Jersey said it's okay because CFTC has this jurisdiction on the DCMs. This is why you need a good attorney. So, well, hello, Mike Vollmer. We're going to start the show. Actually, we're going to stop the show and we're going to start it over from the beginning because Mike Vollmer has finally entered the chat. He is only 32 minutes late. I started on time promptly for you, and you were not the first one. I mean, I had Brian here just ragging on you big time. I just spam in the chat. I think he invited me to dinner. All right, I'm just teasing. Okay, let's see. Let's share this tab instead. All right, moving on to the next story. U.S. Senate Banking Panel member confirms April timeline for crypto market structure, acknowledging that there was still a lot more work to do before Congress could advance the market structure bill. Senator Bill Hagerty renewed attention on starting next week. So the U.S. Senate Banking Committee member Bill Hagerty said Monday that he expects a potential path for digital asset market structure in the coming weeks after months of delays in Congress. Speaking at the Digital Asset and Emerging Tech Policy Summit at Vanderbilt University, he said his fellow Republican lawmakers plan to move the bill through the banking panel starting next week. I will be in a position, I hope, to bring all of this together very soon, said Hagerty, referring to the work on the bill in Senate. On the banking committee side, I think we're very close. My expectations is that we're getting into a committee this next week, this next work period that starts on Monday of next week, so that over the next several weeks, we should have this into the banking committee. So expect to see some more moves on this. Will it move Bitcoin? I don't know. Probably not. None of this crap has moved Bitcoin at all. Originally titled the Clarity Act when it passed the House of Representatives in July, they like to convolute things, so they give it new names all the time. The bill is considered by many lawmakers and industry leaders to be one of the most significant pieces of crypto legislation, but has faced delays in Congress amid government shutdowns, industry pushbacks, and stablecoin yield and ethics concerns. It is expected to provide comprehensive framework for cryptocurrencies in the U.S., including an changing oversight from the market of the SEC to the CFTC, as you guys know. So a limited window. So this is what they're up against. They are going to put so much pressure on this. Oh my gosh, you guys, midterms are coming. We have to get this through, because if it doesn't go, you know what that means. It's going to die, and then it's horrible because Bitcoin's going to go to zero, and now there's no regulation, and they need their regulation because they want their money. Hagerty's comments echoed those of Coinbase Chief Legal Officer Paul Grewal, who said last week that lawmakers are close to a deal on stablecoin yield and that users of the market structure bill. So according to Coinbase-backed advocacy group Stand With Crypto, the way lawmakers vote on legislation could impact their chances for the 2026 midterm, stating that stage for crypto interest groups potentially influence other major U.S. elections. So a crypto-backed political action committee, or a PAC, fair shake, was reporting spending more than 130 million on media buys in the 2024 election, and said in January that it had 193 million war chest ahead of the November 2026. You guys, why are we spending $193 million to convince these people that don't like us that they should buy our crypto coins? I think this is stupid. I think this is absolutely stupid. I think if you are going to have a $193 million in a war chest for midterm elections to support crypto, like, I don't know. Where is our strategic reserve? That's it. Where's our strategic reserve? Yeah. There is no strategic reserve. I love you. All right. Bitcoin profit taking keeps Bitcoin below 70K as Trump doubles down on Iran. So Bitcoin found a familiar resistance as it crossed into 70K. But as we said, it loves 69, and here we are again. So, yeah, Trump and what he says with Iran, it is here. It is what he says. I said I love you. Do you love me back? I hope so. Yeah, so it's really all coming down to what Trump says and what gets backed up. Really, in order for us to see the gigasend that we need, that we want when we're ready, is for there to be not just Trump to say things are better, things have improved, the situation with Iran is getting better, we're coming to an agreement, there's a ceasefire, we're sorry we blew up all your infrastructure. Once that happens, then we're going to super send. Then we're going to go into our next bull run, right? But we're still in a consolidation phase. And so right now, that's what we want to do. We want to consolidate. We want to consolidate because it's a good time to buy it when things are low. So you guys, if you have not already checked out Market Cipher, check out my link to Market Cipher in the description. As always, this show is powered by the Gokhshtein News Network. And be sure to smash the subscribe because I am back every day at 1 o'clock Pacific time. So I look forward to seeing you all on the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.